Here's why you should care about the Epstein files in 3 minutes. In the last week, Trump supporters have completely turned on Donald Trump ever since his Justice Department went back on campaign promises to release files related to Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking blackmail ring. When reporters asked Trump about how he feels over the anger in the MAGA base, he responded by saying that the Epstein case didn't matter and that it was boring.
I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff.
Here's why you should care. It's widely believed that Jeffrey Epstein was a spy running a sexual blackmail ring. Epstein started his life as a math teacher with no college degrees who suddenly became a billionaire. He was famous for being a billionaire, but nobody could actually explain where his money came from. He was known to have multiple passports, and despite claiming that he was just a financier, he was somehow friends with heads of state and royalty. Not only did he throw parties with these people, but his victims, like Maria Farmer, say that his mansions where he threw these parties were all rigged with cameras that recorded his elite guests committing sexual crimes against children. In 2008, more than 40 victims came forward against Epstein, and he pleaded guilty to soliciting underage prostitution. Despite this, Epstein only got a 13-month sentence where he was allowed to leave the jail for 12 hours a day to work from his home office. Alex Acosta, a former US attorney, said that he was told to back off a federal case against Epstein because Epstein, quote, belonged to intelligence, something also alleged by Dan Bongino, Trump's current deputy FBI director, who said he was an intelligence agent for a Middle Eastern country. Epstein's right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, was the daughter of billionaire publisher Robert Maxwell. Robert Maxwell was a huge supporter of Israel and was widely rumored to be an Israeli spy. And it didn't help these rumors when, upon his death, Robert Maxwell's body was flown to Israel and buried at the Mount of Olives, one of the most sacred burial sites in Judaism, where, despite being British, he received an Israeli state funeral. Epstein himself was a close friend of former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak and invested millions in his tech companies, and it's also widely known that he worked closely with ultra-Zionist billionaire Les Wexner, who's widely believed to be Epstein's source of wealth. The point is that Jeffrey Epstein was super suspicious, and that it's very likely that he had videos of high-level politicians committing unspeakable crimes and was using them to blackmail our leaders on behalf of a foreign intelligence agency. Jeffrey Epstein was close friends with Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, Alan Dershowitz, Bill Gates, and of course, Donald Trump. And it's very likely that the Trump administration is now covering up the Epstein files because it can not only compromise Trump himself, but also scores of politicians and reveal that they're merely puppets being blackmailed by malicious actors.